I have a message for you from your spirit guide. If you want to know what they have to say, keep watching. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ash and I'm a psychic medium, a channel, and I do a lot of different kinds of energy work. If you feel called to work with me one-on-one, check out my website and you can reach out to me through my website. I will leave all of the links in the description box below. And without further ado, let's get a channeled message from your spirit team. So I want to start by asking who this message is for. So I'm going to say a quick prayer to invite your spirit teams into this space and we can get started. Guides, ancestors, angels of my collective watching this video, please step into this sacred space and let me know who this video is for, please. Who is this video for? How will my collective know if this video is for them? So the first card we have is Chamomile, healing, love, and peace. So this is for those of us who've been working on ourselves, our internal journey, and we have reached a certain point where there's a lot of self-love, peace, and compassion, all of those more positive, delicate, divine feminine qualities. Now, when I say divine feminine, it's not the gender, it's feminine energy, which all of us have within us. So if you're in a male body or any other gender and you feel like you associate with divine feminine energy and you're in that energy of peace and love, compassion, healing, then this reading is for you. So I want to get a couple more cards. Spirit, who is this message for? It's we have lemon balm, attraction, friendship, and success. So again, this is someone who's self-focused right now, someone who is focused on attracting their own highest timeline. And if you're on that journey and you're feeling a little bit stuck and you don't know what's next and what's gonna happen, then this message is for you. So I want to get one last card. Spirit, who is this message for? We have black tea, grounding, strength, and expelling negativity. So this is for someone who's focused on themselves, who's really very dedicated to this path. You're standing in your strength and you're grounding. You're not really worried about what anyone else is saying. I know there are a lot of us on this spiritual journey. We get a lot of comments from people who are not on this journey about how this is just woo-woo, this is not real, we're just imagining it, and all of those types of comments, right? So if you're someone who is dedicated on this path, you've reached a certain level of self-love and healing and peace, and you feel like you're not sure about what's next, then this message is for you. So I'm gonna pull some tarot now to ask everyone's spirit team, Spirit, what do you want to talk about today? What do you want to give us messages about? What is this reading about? What do you want to tell my collective here? The energy is palpable over here. I do a lot of channeling and I love the collective that's present here. I know that my collective is full of people who are on the spiritual journey, and I know that I attract people who are slightly more advanced on the spiritual journey. So I'm feeling all of your spirit guides here and it feels wonderful. And just as soon as I started saying that, I can feel the sunlight on me. So that's confirmation. So Spirit, what do you want to tell my collective? I love it. So we have all major arcana. So about what your guides want to talk to you about today, we first have the strength card. What I'm getting with this is your guides are saying you've got this. You have come so far, and they're asking me to tell you to look back when you first started this journey. So I'm going to use myself as an example here. When I first started this journey, I was such a cute young thing. It was 2012. I was just leaving home to go abroad and do my master's. It was a very happy, hopeful time. So they're telling me to ask you to look back to that part of your life or your spiritual journey when you first started, right? Did you think that you would come this far? And if I had to guess, the answer would be no. I know that I didn't think that I was going to come this far. I know that when I first started awakening, I didn't think that this was going to be my full-time job, and I love it. I'm so grateful that I get to do this full-time every day. And so what the strength card is telling me is it's your guides are telling me to really point out to you that you started as a little sapling, right? I see this little plant, this cute little thing that's just breaking the soil, seeing the sun for the first time, and really looking at how far you've come, right? Because if you look at this specific depiction of the strength card, this woman is really tackling a very unruly beast, right? Not every strength card is depicted in this way. A lot of strength cards have the lion looking very peaceful and somber, but not this one. So what this tells me is you have more strength than you realize. You have more strength than you give yourself credit for. And if you want proof, look at how far you've come. Look at where you were when you first started, and look at how quickly you've progressed. Because sometimes I feel like it doesn't seem like we're progressing quickly on our spiritual path, but when we look back, we realize how quickly we've gotten to where we are now. So your guides are really giving you that word of encouragement to look at how far you've come, look at how much strength, determination, and dedication it took on your part to get to where you are, to get to the level of mastery that you are at right now. And if you haven't taken stock of how far you've come, then make a list of your achievements, right? It won't take you more than 10 minutes. Just take out 10 or 15 minutes of your day and write down all of the things that you have accomplished since you got on this spiritual path. Think of all of the things that you thought were impossible that you have made possible for yourself, and put it down on paper. Then read that list back to yourself, and this is going to give you a perspective on truly how strong you are, how capable you are, and how far you've come. So the next card we have is the Lovers, right? And I've been getting the Lovers card in most of my readings. And yes, this talks about calling in love into your life, but in this context, this talks about choices and self-love above all else. So what this tells me is your guides are telling you that you have been making the right choice. You have been choosing yourself, you've been choosing your path, you've been choosing aligned action, and that is the right thing to do. So your guides are really encouraging you to stay on your path, stay in that dedication, stay in that self-love. And what this is also showing me with this snake is that you've had a lot of temptations, right? But you've overcome them, and that is the reason why you're going to be rewarded. Now, something very similar came up in last week's reading that I did for the chosen ones. So if you haven't watched that, check it out, because I feel like these two energies are kind of connected. So where that reading left off, I think, is where this reading is picking up. But what this shows me is all of the strength, the determination, the dedication, and you putting yourself first and choosing yourself has really touched the heart of the divine, right? It's really touched their hearts about how dedicated you've been, and they're encouraging you to continue staying in that surrendered energy, that energy of cooperation and co-creation with the divine. And what your guides are saying is you've really surrendered your life and your journey to such an extent that you have this lover's relationship with the divine. You have this relationship of pure unconditional love and dedication with the divine. And as I said that, my entire deck of cards that I had placed next to me fell on the floor. So that's confirmation that you really have had this impact on your journey, on your path, by focusing on your relationship with the divine, and that they're encouraging you to really continue doing that. Now, the other card we have here is the Moon. So what this tells me, the Moon really talks about things that you can't see, things are hidden, right? And what this tells me is with the Moon card that there has been a lot of uncertainty on your path, and you've really taken it in your stride. Just because you've come across a difficulty, or just because you've come across a situation where you felt alone, you felt helpless, there was a lot of uncertainty, you didn't give up. And the divine is really taking this opportunity to congratulate you on that. Congratulate you on your strength, congratulate you on your tenacity, and congratulate you on your courage and boldness that you've exhibited in sticking to your path. Now, I cut the deck and I have the Knight of Cups. So what this is saying is this action that you've taken towards giving yourself emotional fulfillment in whatever way that might be is the right thing. So next I want to ask Spirit, what advice do you have for this collective? So we have the Ace of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Hangman. So what this tells me is that you have really been working on seeing the truth about yourself. Again, this is a card that I received in last week's reading. And what this tells me is you're very firmly on the path of seeing the truth. And that with the Four of Swords, which is the card of healing, it's saying that you've been so focused on breaking patterns, standing in the light of your own truth, and also resting and healing and rejuvenating, right? So if you haven't already done that, then this is your guides encouraging you to do it. But what also with the Hanged Man here, I feel like I'm getting two messages with this one. One is that there may have been some delays on your path. There may have been some delays in receiving the gratification for putting in all of this work. And I'm hearing your guide saying, stay steadfast, that's coming. But also with this, what I'm hearing is there has been a major shift in perspective for this collective. So recently there may have been some belief of yours that's been questioned, some belief of yours that's been turned on its head, and you're in this state of really making sense of that right now. So allow this integration to happen very easily and smoothly. Get a lot of rest, hydrate, give yourself time to recoup from this big shift, and all this while continue to allow your highest truth of who you are to be your North Star, right? Don't allow any other external energies to tell you what you're doing is right or wrong. Don't allow anyone external to you to influence you. We all have this trusted group of people around us. It's okay to ask for advice from those people, the ones who have our highest interest in mind, but don't be influenced by the naysayers, right? We also have the Three of Pentacles. This talks about this whole spiritual journey being a collaborative effort between you and the divine. So what this is telling me is really ask for help when you need it, and understand that whatever you're trying to manifest or create in your life right now is something that is equal parts your effort and energy and the divine's energy, right? So understanding that this is a co-creation and a joint effort by you and the divine, it will give you the courage you need to go forward. Just understanding that you're not alone in this. The divine has your back, and whatever it may be, the divine is working with you on that manifestation, right? So I also see that a lot of you have been struggling with staying on this path because of the uncertainty. So again, what this is coming in and saying is ask for help, ask for support. If you're feeling like, let's say you feel like your guides aren't communicating enough with you, sit down in meditation and ask them for clarity, ask them for help, ask them for support, ask your ancestors, ask your archangels and your guardian angels. Just let them know, I can't hear you enough, I want more support from you, I want you to have a more direct hand in my life, I want more of your guidance. Whatever that is, understand that you're deeply supported and ask for help, right? We also have the Ace of Pentacles. What this is telling me, because this is falling on top of the Moon and the Hangman, this is saying that there is going to be a shift in the energy, a shift in your perspective, and whatever was uncertain before is going to become very clear now, and with that clarity is going to come a very grounded new beginning for you, right? Again, this was a theme in last week's video, so clearly this is a theme of energy I'm tapping into. And we have 3 of the 4 aces in the deck on the table. We have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. So what this is saying is you can expect brand new beginnings in all areas of your life. There is going to be a big shakeup in your life. There is going to be a big shift in perspective. And that shift, although it might feel like it's a difficult shift in the moment, is going to bring you a lot of clarity and a lot of new beginnings on all fronts, right? Material, spiritual, physical, all of it. And I have the 9 of Swords, and what this is telling me is after this Hangman energy and the 4 of Swords energy of your change in perspective and healing, you're really going to be relieved of all of this anxiety, because Nine of Swords really talks about sleepless nights, being anxious, worrying about things that may or may not happen. So what this is telling me is, whenever you feel anxious on this journey, collective, just allow it to move through you. Understand that you are not this feeling. You are not your anxiety. You're just the being that's feeling it, right? You are not your feelings. You're just the person who is feeling them. So I like to give this example. I never say I am sad, I am unhappy. I say I feel sad, because I am not these emotions. I am the one that feels them. So just understanding that little nuance will help you move through this anxiety if you were to encounter it. Because also there's a lot happening on the world stage. There's a lot happening around the world to a lot of people, and most of us here in my collective, we're very empathic and we're very tapped in. So what this means is, we are able to feel the feelings of this collective. We're able to feel the feelings of those that are suffering, and that could also cause some of this anxiousness, right? So what this is telling me is, whenever you start to feel these lower emotions, move through them. Don't deny them, don't bottle them up, let them flow. And understand that sometimes this is not your emotions, it's the collective's emotions you're feeling. And really stick to the journey, right? Stick to your path and ask the divine for help. So what else, Spirit? I've been shuffling and I haven't received any cards, so let's check in. What else do you want to say, Spirit? What else do you want to talk about? Okay, we have Magician, the Four of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Sun. So with this Ace of Cups, we have all four aces on the table, and I haven't even pulled that many cards. So the fact that I've pulled about 10 cards and I have all four aces tells me that this month, or whenever you're watching this reading, this is the time for new beginnings in all areas of your life. Whether you like it or not, whether you're ready or not, all of your manifestations, all of the new beginnings you've been praying for, you've been waiting for, they may have been delays, all of it is coming to fruition, and you're going to start seeing the fruits, right? The initial sprouts of all of your manifestations come through this month. And what this is saying is, there have been times, because the Four of Cups really talks about someone who's not able to see what's right in front of them. Because if you look at this card, this figure here is really sad. They're not seeing the angel holding out a cup to them, right? They're only looking at these three cups in front of them. They're like, I don't know, I'm not seeing it. But what they're missing is, there's this beautiful being of light right here who's holding a cup for them to receive, and they're completely missing it. So what this is really telling me is, enjoy your journey, right? Wherever you are on this journey, enjoy it, because you're not going to be here forever. And when you look back, you're going to realize that your life was so simple and so beautiful back then. So why not just enjoy it, right? I know that sometimes when we're waiting for some of our big manifestations to come in, we might not feel like we're enough. We might feel like our life is not good enough, it's not fun enough, it's not happy enough, whatever it is. Understand that there is beauty in exactly where you are in this moment, and don't miss it because you're in this attitude, right? So what I would encourage you all to do, everyone viewing this video, is to really take a step back today and make a list of things you're grateful for. Make a list of things that you are happy to have right now. Make a list of things that you have right now that you were manifesting maybe even a couple months ago, right? And when you do this, you feel an instant shift in your energy from lack to abundance to overflow, right? So what this is telling me is, this new beginning on every front of your life, or every aspect of your life, is coming. And while you're waiting for them, don't be in this Four of Cups energy of not seeing how amazing your life is right now. Really give yourself the gift of being present and enjoying your life as it is. Because what is coming in your life is the Magician and the Sun. All of your manifestations are coming. They're already here. They're already done. And all of this joy, this happiness, this fulfillment you seek, that's coming. So I want to check in if the guides have any final messages. So do you have any final messages, angels and guides, for my collective viewing this? Any final messages, please? Cool. we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Page of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. So what this is telling me, let's start with the King of Pentacles. What this is telling me is you have been in your King of Pentacles energy. And if you are not, try to embody this energy. So what this is it's an energy of someone, again, there's no gender in tarot. So it's the energy of someone who is sitting in their power, of someone who is sitting in their authenticity, right? And someone who's sitting in their own mastery, in their own knowing that all of these things that they have been working on is coming into fruition. It's someone who's very grounded, very stable, very emotionally secure, very financially stable. So this is the energy you're sitting in right now. And what this is causing is the Wheel of Fortune. So the wheel is turning in your favor. And like I said, what's happening right now is you're getting very fruitful new beginnings in every area of your life, and the wheel is turning in your favor, and this is fact I'm hearing. So the wheel is turning in your favor. Now, given that the wheel is turning in your favor, we have the Page of Cups. And what this talks about is that childlike curiosity, that beginner mindset, and be very open with how you process all of this, right? Because sometimes when we've gone through a long period of darkness and difficulty, it becomes very hard to be emotionally open and accept the goodness when it comes into our life. So what this Page of Cups is saying is be very open emotionally and be very open-hearted to receive these new beginnings. And if you're not already in this energy, do some heart chakra healing, maybe some heart-centered breathing practices, whatever you resonate with, to call in more of this energy. So this is wonderful. I want to get a couple advice cards from this beautiful oracle deck, and then we'll close out this reading. So guides and angels, what advice do you have for my collective, please, who are viewing this video? What advice do you have for my collective on... We have telepathic communication, ancient knowledge. What this is telling me, collective, is a lot of you on the spiritual path, your gifts are coming online right now. And don't let this make you afraid. Because if you've never had your clairvoyance or your clairaudience be active and you start hearing your guides all of a sudden, it might be a little bit daunting. But don't let that ancient knowledge that's coming to you, don't let that scare you. So understand that you are this very psychic being of light. A lot of your gifts are coming online at this point. Cultivate them, befriend your gifts, and understand that this is a blessing and not a curse. And a lot of us have very fun and unique gifts, like we may be able to hear someone's thoughts based on their energy. So if this is you, don't let it scare you. Just understand that you have this gift for a reason and befriend your gifts, cultivate them, right? Practice using them. So Spirit, what other advice do you have for my beautiful collective of souls that's watching this, please? Woo! That was, we have 4 cards flying out. Okay, I'm going to take all of them because I feel called to. So we have the power of self, change, and consciousness. Again, this is alluding to that expansion that you're going through. You are going through this huge expansion in consciousness where your gifts are coming online and a lot of your manifestations are coming in. A lot of you are calling in divine partnerships, whether it's business or your personal life. And there's going to be a lot of joy in your life, right? Your base resonant frequency is changing from that of worry, that of lack, to one of plenty, to one of peace. And what I'm getting from this is just allow it to happen. Don't be resistant to it. Don't be resistant to all of your beautiful gifts that are coming online. We also have the key to success. Open your heart. Again, this is talking about, like we had the Wheel of Fortune. We had all of the aces come out. So what this is saying is you are receiving this key to success. I'm seeing someone's spirit team handing them a golden key of success, right? So what you can do is you can really visualize your own spirit team handing you this golden key of success, receive it with both hands and place it in your heart space, right? Understand that you were born for this success. You were ready for this and you have been training for this for lifetimes. So allow the success, allow this the wheel of fortune to turn in your favor. And if you feel any resistance to this, just surrender it. Surrender your resistance to the divine and let the divine know, I'm a little afraid of all of these good things that are coming. So support me. Show me how to deal with this, right? And surrender it to the divine. And the last card we have is self-protection, setting boundaries. So this sends me a very clear message. What this is saying is a lot of people in my collective are very deeply gifted, very special beings. So set good boundaries, right? Just because you are full of light, a lot of people will be attracted to you. A lot of people will want your time. Everybody will want to talk to you. But you need to understand who fulfills you, what fills your cup, right? What recharges you, and partake more in those activities, engage more with those people, and set good boundaries with things that deplete you. And really understand that the self-protection comes from a place of protecting your sacred energy, and it comes from a place of understanding how beautiful and valuable you are. So I want to look at the bottom of the deck energies. It says, journey to the miraculous, new opportunities await you. This sends a very clear message to sum up this reading. You had the Wheel of Fortune, Strength, all of the aces, and you had the most beautiful cards in this reading. And this card sums up all of those cards, and it says, new opportunities await you. Now, some of you might have a cat or skunk as a spirit guide. You might have connections, galactic connections and galactic guides, and whatever that is, whatever resonates, please understand that these new opportunities are already yours. Everything you've been manifesting is already here. The only person standing in your way is you. The only thing that is standing in the way of you and this highest timeline that is already manifesting is your own resistance. So if you feel that you have resistance to any of these beautiful things entering your life, take this time to release and surrender that resistance to the divine and watch how beautifully everything continues to unfold. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know I really enjoyed channeling this message. Let me know in the comments below if this resonated. Thank you so much for watching. And again, if you resonate with my energy and you feel called to work with me one-on-one, check out my website. I will leave the link in the description box. And I hope that this was helpful, and I will see you in my next one. Namaste.